Good morning, KOTA territory. Welcome back to another DIY Friday Delights. I'm your host, Mimi Herrick, and today we are joined by the wonderful Ryan Larmieux.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going great. It's a little early.
Yeah, you're never here.
I was here at 10:30 last night, so fun times being at the station 10 hours later. But I'm here, I'm awake, I'm ready to make some bracelets.
Yes, I'm really excited. So today we are making phone jewelry, which I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it's those little bracelets that attach to the end of your phone. And basically all you're gonna need for this is some friendship bracelet string, charms of your choice, and beads, and whatever else you wanna have on your phone jewelry. It's all laid out here right in front of us. So Ryan, tell me a little bit about what you do here. Obviously the people know you as the king of meteorology, but.
Well, yes, obviously other than that. But I have fallen in love with Rapid City over the 2 years that I've been here, and I've fallen in love with the weather. Even this morning when I woke up, didn't realize that I was gonna have to scrape my car from the ice and the snow.
That is devastating.
I still said to myself as I was scraping, could be worse, it could be worse, it could be worse, as I was wiping my windshield off. But I mean, hey, I love it here. The Black Hills are beautiful. And I love the weather here. Like, can never complain about it.
Yeah, and so you've been here for 2 years. What would you say is your favorite part of Rapid City?
My favorite part of Rapid City, honestly, I know it's very basic. I love the hills. My favorite hike is in Spearfish Canyon. It is right there by Rough Lock Falls. I love it. I love Spearfish Canyon. It is my favorite part of the hills. It will be my little happy place to go and escape, because even though there's a lot of people that drive through there, you can always see something, and it's very fun.
Especially in the fall, like those colors are like unmatched.
Absolutely unmatched. That is my favorite spot to go during the fall, to go view the colors. And during the weather report, sometimes we'll give a Spearfish Canyon fall colors report, which is always fun.
Yeah, that's always fun. So what does a typical day look like for you here, working and doing the weather? How do you create weather?
How do I create weather? Well, I get a lot of backlash for it. There is, in fact, a switch in the back that you can turn on to let it snow. And I did that last night just to make sure we had some stuff so my forecast was right yesterday. But no, I come in, I look at a whole slew of weather models, a lot of graphs, a lot of just images online, and I determine what the forecast is going to be for Rapid City, what the forecast is going to be for Belfouche, what the forecast is going to be for Wright, Wyoming. So many places around here that goes into consideration, and it's vastly different everywhere you go. So there is a lot of things to consider when you're forecasting the weather here, and it keeps me on my toes. And that's, I think, what I like the most about my job here.
Yeah, it definitely does keep you on your toes. I mean, you've done live shots pretty much everywhere, all over the Black Hills, talking about snow, other crazy weather. What has been the craziest weather event that you personally have forecasted and it's been right?
Okay, so the craziest thing that I think I've forecasted, does it have to be here?
No, it can be anywhere.
Well, while I was in college, I worked a part-time job at a news station in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And if anyone is familiar with weather or weather events, they know that Tuscaloosa had a massive tornado in 2011. So that's a big tornado market. When I was in college, I worked there part-time, and we had a big tornado outbreak. And I think there were like 15 confirmed tornadoes.
Wow.
And I was pretty on the ball the night before, talking about those different tornado threats that were possible across the area. So I was pretty proud of myself with that. Snow forecasting is much more difficult, especially being from the South, where I don't have much experience with that. However, I think I did pretty well in terms of the past 2 years. I have only botched one forecast, which is good.
Fabulous. Yeah, that is like a basically 100% correct success rate. And obviously all of our first alert meteorologists are very good at what they do. Very good.
And I would not be the same if it wasn't for the team I work with.
Oh, totally. I completely understand that. I feel the same way. And, you know, getting away from the topic of work, what is your favorite thing to do in your free time besides that hike in Spearfish Canyon?
Oh, you see, now I love TikTok. I'm so sad that it could possibly go away tomorrow.
I did, yeah. That's devastating.
However, I love TikTok so much. It is one of my favorite pastimes, just to sit down and scroll on my little phone and laugh at some funny little short videos. It's always a fun time to do that. But outside of being on my phone, obviously, I think my favorite thing is to shop.
Oh, yeah.
It's a problem. It's a problem. My bank account hates me for it. But I get a lot of serotonin from it. So I will still do it to this day. I will probably go after this.
As you should, honestly. What is on your shopping list? What are we looking for right now?
I think I'm gonna go to Target. I need to get some shampoo. I'm almost out of shampoo, so I have to get shampoo today. But I don't know. I just like looking at clothes, and I'm like, oh, that's cute. Let me pick that up. So always a fun time.
For sure. It's definitely such a fun time, especially when you go just by yourself. It can be so therapeutic. And this is kind of on that same topic, but what would you say is your number one guilty pleasure?
Ooh, my number one, 7 Brew.
Yeah.
7 Brew. I know it's not good for me to have an energy drink as often as I do, but I will go to 7 Brew and I will get an energy drink every single time, and I will bring it to work. If you're ever watching the late news at night, either on Fox or ABC, and you see I have a black Stanley looking cup, usually it is 7 Brew in that cup. But if it's the red Stanley cup, then it's water.
Oh, okay. So you're being good if you have the red Stanley Cup and
Yeah,
a little
so
naughty if you have
don't come at me if you see the black
if you're
one
being a little jittery.
on there. No, I need to be jittery because I work until 10:30 at night.
Yeah, that is definitely tough. What would you say is one of the challenges you've faced since coming here?
I think the biggest challenge is learning how to drive in the snow. Because I had no experience moving here, driving in the snow. And fun story, the first time it snowed in 2023, that was my first year here. And the first time it snowed, I was very cautious in driving. So I had to go down the hill from Skyline.
Oh gosh.
I was absolutely terrified, first of all. And I made it down the hill. I had dinner plans that night. So I was driving to dinner, and as soon as I got to the red light of the restaurant that I was turning into, or the red light near the restaurant I was turning into, my car lost control. I was going maybe 5 miles an hour.
Oh God.
And just could not turn the wheel, was going straight towards a light pole, and I was terrified. And luckily I did not hit the light pole, and my car is fine, and I'm fine.
Yeah, thank goodness.
But it was definitely something I had to learn as I went, and it was terrifying while doing it. So I think that's the hardest thing I've had to do here.
Yeah, that is definitely would have freaked me out really, really bad. You know, kind of getting away from scary topics on a more positive note, what would you say is your favorite TV show right now?
Ooh, my favorite TV show, Survivor. I absolutely love Survivor. I saw, shocker, a TikTok about Survivor a few years ago, and it piqued my interest, and I made sure to go in and watch the first season. I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch all of these seasons back to back to back to back to back. Currently, I'm on season 26, so I'm making some progress. My goal is to be completely done with everything by the time season 50 starts, which I think is next year or late this year. So I've still got some time to go.
What's your favorite season of Survivor?
Oh, my favorite season? I think it has to be Pearl Islands, which it's in the first 10 seasons. I love Rupert. Rupert was such a character. He was so fun.
Yeah, that show, I love Survivor. It is such a fun show, and also, you know, Jeff Probst, if you're watching, we have some candidates who want to be on Survivor right here, so.
Yeah, exactly. I would love to. Jeff Probst, I'll send you my email.
If you could be in any TV or movie universe, what universe would you be in?
You said I'd be a capital citizen in the Hunger Games. I'm not going to be living in the districts.
No.
Because that's
scary.
That's scary, but I'll be in the Capitol for the first 2 books, first 2 movies.
Yeah.
And then I'll hide in the last 2 movies and the last book. But
You'll join the rebellion?
I will join the rebellion. I will play Tigress and hide away the rebels in my house.
Yeah, as you should. As you should. Speaking of the Hunger Games, you know, the new book just came out. What are your thoughts?
Oh, it was devastating, but a good kind of devastating.
I love when books do that.
Oh, it's so good. I absolutely loved it. I pre-ordered it. I picked it up the day it released, and I read it in one sitting after work. I think I went to sleep at 7 a.m. It was
Yeah, we were texting about it when all of this was happening, and I woke up early, so normally I don't get up until like 3 to come here, and I woke up at 2:30 that morning so that I could start Sunrise on the Reaping. Like, it had me from the get-go. So good and so fun. All right, now, once we are at a point where you're feeling like this is kind of like a good length for me to hold on to with my phone, we're gonna tie this together, and then we're gonna go ahead and fasten it to your phone with another knot. I think this might get a little bit hard for me to do here, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up. Ryan, thank you so much for joining me bright and early this morning. This is way earlier than your normal wake up time. I really do appreciate you making time to come hang out with us on DIY Friday Delights. We will see you right here next week, DIY Friday Delights. I'm your host, Mimi Herrick, and this is Ryan Lemieux.